This is probably the easiest way to get photo clients in 2024, and you don't have to do much. And it works for us. As a photo video business, or honestly with really any business, a huge thing that you need to like focus on and spend time on is getting new clients. Just like if you have a physical storefront and you need to get more customers, you need to advertise that you're actually open for business so that people know that are interested in whatever your product is that you're selling, so that they know that they can get the particular product that they're looking for from you instead of like somewhere else like Amazon or something like that. And with the internet, that's just been more amplified and more important. And for us, we've learned the hard way that what we do now for marketing will affect us 6 months down the road. Like if we're not proactive in doing something now, then chances are we're going to see a dip 6 months down the road. Sometimes it's sooner, sometimes it's longer than that. But the point is, if we don't do something now, then it's going to affect us in the future, even if stuff is going great right now, which is something, again, we had to learn the hard way. When we first started getting going and bookings were just rolling in for our business, we thought that we could like kind of lay off and not really have to worry about advertising on the internet, which is what we particularly do. And that affected us negatively a couple months later, and we were scrambling to try to find new clients. But with all of that, how do you actually find like the right way to get clients and a sustainable way to get clients, both financially and just work-wise? Because if you've ever tried to make like ads or reels or whatever, it takes a lot of time. And when you have clients that are like waiting for their stuff or asking for their stuff, there's only so many hours in the day. And how do you actually do that in an effective way that won't drive you nuts? One thing that's really, really unique to wedding videos or wedding photos that it really, if you leverage it right, it's really easy to get clients and find clients. And they are expensive, but in the grand scheme of things, when you look at how much you actually make compared to how much you pay, it just makes sense. And it makes it incredibly easy. It's going to be using specific websites for bookings. If you're in the wedding business and you've heard of some of these like The Knot or Wedding Wire, these are basically websites that brides or whoever's getting married can go to find different vendors. Like it's not just photographers, it's like caterers and wedding planners. It's like anybody that works in that kind of industry or that kind of space. It's a place for them to put their like products and services, and when people go to search for them, then you'll pop up somewhere within their within their website. It's an incredibly effective tool, and it really, really works depending on like what market you're in. Like an example for us is when we wanted to break into like the Nashville market, we went on there and we got a lot of bookings the first year from that. And then when we wanted to start breaking into the California market, we put ourselves on there and we started getting a couple of bookings from there. Now, all that being said, we don't actually use Wedding Wire or The Knot. This is basically the same company anymore because it was just way too expensive. It's like $500 or $600 a month depending on where your market is and how many places like you want to show up or where you want to be put on the list. So then the question is like, well, what do you do now? Like, do you do solely social media? Do you do word of mouth, or do you do something else? And I will say before I go any further that depending on like the time of year and the seasons and everything else, one will pull in more than another. Like some seasons, Instagram will pull in more than like a website based like The Knot, or some seasons like word of mouth will pull in more than Instagram. It just depends on like the time of year, and there's no like fine, like if you do this then you're going to get this much every single month. Like there's no security and there's no guarantee that any of these ways are actually going to be successful. So by now you're probably asking yourself, well, what do you actually use to get bookings? Like, what are you doing that's actually been working? Like, what are we doing to actually get bookings? And honestly, aside from the Instagram stuff, the word of mouth stuff, there's a third thing that we've recently started doing that's been it's really helped a lot. And it's kind of like The Knot, but it's a little more targeted and a little more specific to Nashville. But it goes you can use it anywhere. it's by a company named Zola, and basically what it is we pay $300 for 3 months to get onto 3 different Nashville markets. Like, it breaks up each city into different markets, and it's actually working. We got a couple of new bookings, so we'll continue to do it until it stops working. And we might go back to the Knot, but just for right now, $300 a month sounds a lot better for 3 different markets that's actually producing something versus like $600 or $700 a month from the Knot. But like I said before, if Zola stops working, then we'll pivot to something else. Also, I haven't taken the skateboard out in a long time, and it's too hot to walk around, but it's not too hot for a nice breeze from a motorized skateboard ride. If it was like a real skateboard ride, I probably wouldn't want to be on this, but I'm not putting any effort in besides holding the trigger down. So Today's July 3rd, meaning that the July 4th is tomorrow, and Savannah and I got invited to a 4th of July little party tonight, and we weren't gonna go, but we really struggle with doing like social things, especially because we're just always working, and when we're not working, if I'm being completely honest, we're just playing video games at home or hanging out with our cats. But tonight we decided to do the social thing and go to a 4th of July party. That's the only information I have. I know that it's local, and I know that Savannah said that I had to be ready by 7, so past that I have no idea what to expect. It should be fun. It's the next morning. I was editing the video you're watching, and it just felt like I didn't have an ending or a proper ending, or like a conclusion or anything like that. So I'm doing that. That's what this is right now. I just woke up also, so if I'm a little groggy or my voice sounds a little bit different, that's why. But doing all those things to get clients it's great, but it's not going to work if you're not consistent. So I think the biggest thing, like everything in life or most things in life, if you're consistent, then you'll eventually find your way. All right, that's it. I just wanted to say that and give the video like a ender. Today's video or the next video is starting right now. Probably in the same little spot and everything else with the tripod, because honestly I don't feel like moving it. So. Huh.